Hi, my name is Katie Levenick, and I teach 4 sections of ninth grade physical science. This is my 8th year at Camas High School, and I think my 7th year teaching physical science here. So I really am happy and I feel at home in ninth grade physical science. I really like to teach kids who are new to high school and kind of get them used to high school expectations and doing labs and a lot of really hands-on things. Obviously, this year looks a little different. We can't do hands-on in the same way because we're not even together. But you may have hopefully picked up a science kit that I put together for your students so that we can try to do and simulate some of those learning opportunities while we're at home. So as I said, I teach a lot of ninth grade science. We have split up our physical science department at Camas High School. So half of us teach chemistry first and half of us teach physics first. So we are in the physics first team. And so that means your student is currently doing introductory physics learning for this entire semester, which ends at the end of January. And then we will switch over and we will do a semester of introduction to chemistry. Yes, I know they may have had physical science lessons in middle school. I promise you we go farther and deeper than what they did in middle school here at the high school level. So I have been teaching for a while, and what I have learned is that I wanted to change the way I graded. And I feel like that's always important to share because what I do is something I've invented. So it's probably different from anything your student or you have ever experienced before. So what I want you to know about that is that I've shifted my grading to really be focused on student understanding of content because that's what matters. I want your student to know how to learn, and I want them to get good feedback about how accurate they are in that learning and whether they think they know what they're doing if they actually know what they're doing. And so I don't grade completion, I don't grade participation, I don't grade whether they submitted something or not. I grade how well they do on it. So let's say on a Monday, I teach them about metrics. I give them notes on metrics, and I'll probably give them a short worksheet to go with it. On the next day I see them, we will correct that worksheet. So we'll go over the right answers, not for a grade, because that's the first time they've done it with me. I'm not going to grade them the first time they do it. So instead, we'll correct the work. And then on a following activity, I'll give them what I call a homework quiz. A homework quiz is a 5-question quiz that is on that same content. So if they did well on that worksheet or if they learned from it when we went over it, they should be successful on that homework quiz. And the homework quiz is what goes in the grade book. Now, let's say they don't like their grade on that homework quiz. That's okay. You can retake it next week. Let's say they failed the homework quiz. That's okay. You will retake it next week. If you fail a quiz or don't take one, I will make you retake one. I want to make sure that you are accessing the material, that you are showing growth, and you are doing better. So I'm not going to give you the retake without going over the answers first. So in this online environment, I've been going over the answers just with everyone, just because I feel like more review and more hearing things is good, mainly because students aren't really asking questions. The biggest thing that I could ask you to do as a parent this year is to encourage your students to ask questions, whether it's a comment on an assignment, whether it's out loud in a live session or typing in the chat in the live session. I can only help your student if I know that they need help. I'm doing my best, but I don't know them personally. I know they don't know me, but I promise I'm not that scary. I'm going to be the most annoying if you're not doing your work, and I'm going to bug you until you do it. But that's about as intimidating as I get. So please encourage your kids to ask questions if they don't understand, or at the very least, attend all those sessions where I'm going to try to review as much as we can so that I can hopefully try to fill in any gaps that students need. So in a typical week right now, I see your student 2 days a week for live sessions, and 3 days a week they still have science. And I think that's been a misconception for some students. From what I can tell, a few students just show up to the live sessions, don't do anything else at all, and are surprised that they have Fs. So just so we're clear, this is homeschool, not ideal, not what we chose, but I need them doing science 5 days a week. So the days when they don't have live class for me, they should still be logging in at the time that we have class. They should be looking under the classwork tab and seeing what work they have for that day. Now, most of my assignments are designed to take them between 15 and 30 minutes. I'm trying to give a buffer because I know that online makes things take longer and things like that. But technically, we have an hour of science a day. So please remind your student they should be keeping up and they should be doing the assignments every single day. Not every assignment I give is for a grade. And I think that what's happening is students aren't motivated if they aren't seeing it go in the grade book. And I'm not going to change the way I grade. I'm not going to do these completion grades. I'm going to grade on content, but I need you to encourage your students because absolutely, without a doubt, if you do the practice activities, you are more successful on the graded activities. Students who are not being successful on the graded activities haven't done any of the practice, and there's a very clear correlation. So besides doing homework quizzes, I should mention this as well, I also do lab quizzes. So like your students did a lab on Monday and Tuesday, the 21st and 22nd of September. I had to give them the data because they didn't have the lab equipment. But I told them in class, I said, you are being graded on the graph, so make sure you turn in the graph. Was this the first time we had graphed? Technically, no. They had done a graph the week before and we had gone over it. But so many students didn't know the steps and were not doing their graphs properly. It shows me that they hadn't done that first graph and therefore they were failing on this one. I can only be as helpful as the feedback I provide. And if I'm providing feedback that isn't relevant, it's not going to mean as much to them. So it is so important for students to keep going and to keep up with the work. I'm allowing them to redo those graphs. If your student has less than a 6 out of 6 on the constant speed car graph, you should bug them. Know that I am bugging them about it. I'm having some trouble with asking students to stay on during live sessions, and whether it's technology or a choice, they aren't all staying on and doing what I'm asking them to. So I only have so much control. So please use Skyward as a tool. Let me know if I tell them, let me know if I owe you points and didn't do it. But no, for the most part, Skyward is pretty darn accurate. And so if they say they're turning stuff in, but they have zeros, I am not behind on my grading. They might be either confused or they're saying they turned it in. And I'm seeing a lot of that as well. I know it's a struggle and it's a different thing with this online learning, but we've got to help support them with that sort of sense of responsibility of logging in every day and doing your work, submitting your work as well. So I do homework quizzes just like I do lab quizzes. When we do some labs, like they're going to do a lab, or they should have done a lab Monday and Tuesday of the week that you're seeing this video. I'm going to give them a lab quiz based on that. And so again, when students are doing an assignment, we're going to go over that assignment and then they're going to have a quiz based on that assignment. And if anything that says quiz, if they don't do it well the first time or they don't do as well as they want to, they can retake it the following week. And so I offer retakes together in our live session. If you ever have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. I am available for you and your student as much as I can be. I'm answering emails in Parent Square. I'm trying to learn to shut my computer off on the weekends because I'm working about 14-hour days on the weekdays, trying to find some kind of life balance. But I want to be here for your student. I wish I could be here in person, and I'm trying to be as available as I can. So please let me know if there's anything I can do to support. Let me know if you have any questions. And I've been enjoying getting to know your students so far. Thanks and have a good day.